what are you going to do as my state rep? What are you going to do immediately to stop this issue?
I don't know what you mean in terms of immediately. There's already legislation introduced, but I think that judging from the conversation we're having right now, we can also expand the transparency around guardianships, because it's a problem if the family doesn't even know that it's happening.
The problem starts though at the judges, and if they were held accountable, this wouldn't happen anymore. So why isn't Dana holding these judges accountable for their actions?
I understand your frustration. I can't comment on what.
But you're my state rep.
We need to start looking into these investigations of these elderly abuse and wrongful convictions. And we need to start cracking down on the buddy system that is covering up these crimes in all these different counties.
When the guardian of the mother, Shelby, said, "But Judge, you've got to help me because the AG office won't help me. The sheriffs won't help me. You're the only person that can help me," is what Jimenez said. And the judge goes and says, "Lock him up." We even investigate to see if she was being told the truth. And exactly how does he have the power to do this? It's like a kangaroo court.
Well, they're being exploited through our probate courts, and what they're doing is they're putting people under forced guardianship, and they're excluding the families out of it. So when you go to probate court, they see a senior citizen, and usually they target them like at rehabilitation centers or hospitals. So under this guardianship, this one person has complete control over your assets, your house. They can liquidate them, they can sell them, they can force you into a nursing home, they can even divorce you if you're married. They pillage the estate, and then they isolate the family, so you can't have access to your mother or your father or your son or daughter. They have no access to you because through restraining order they cannot.
Is this statewide or just?
This is actually a coast-to-coast issue right now within our probate. It's known as probate abuse, elder abuse. You can hashtag these online, all of those of you who are internet savvy. But elder abuse is being estate trafficking, and so they are targeting mainly the senior citizen population because they're established.
Just as a judge, and I'm not in the probate court, but I used to do a lot of probate work. It's not as simple as that. There are hearings, the heirs are supposed to be notified. It doesn't always happen, and there are some bad actors there too.
There are good guys and bad guys. What we're going after are the bad actors, and it is happening. And it is happening more and more. And it's time for the people to say, look, enough is enough. See Channel 7, have you been watching our stories?
I've been seeing.
Yes, and that, so if anybody watches Heather Catallo, she's been doing a lot of good work with this guardianship. It's a racket.
It is a complete racket.
A lot of the guardianships and the APS workers that are working in cahoots and collaboration with these guardians. It's not all of APS, but some of these social workers are. Okay, there's a few bad actors that are, but they all have what I call empty or mock businesses because they're taking in so much money. They got to clean it somehow.
For instance,
so it's a classic racketeer. It's a classic RICO.
100%.
And the crumbs are there. I mean, we're not even FBI people, and we could see that this is a racket.
Right.
We can only do so much because these people don't know. They're
feel
not stupid.
lost.
They're just everybody is a gift in their own right. Let's say, for instance, an electrician is not going to know how to maneuver in the court. Isn't going to know what the difference between a motion and a petition is. I think that attorneys are within the system that know that they can make a lot of money doing this.
Sure.
I don't know. I think some of the lawyers, I guess this is just their easy. They think of it as easy money. Because no judge is going to hold them to a standard, so why not steal from? They're thinking like, why not? I can make millions a year doing this,
and nobody to answer to.
I just donate to the judge's campaign every so often, and I'm good.
That's like the main concern. Why aren't they being held accountable? Why isn't anybody going in there and investigating them? Or why aren't these court hearings taped? For the safety of the judges too, for the people that are involved in the case, it should be for everybody's protection. So what is going to be done in those courtrooms to protect these families?
I mean, filming things in courts, absolutely.
Well, hearings have been held behind closed doors. We have proof of this, of Judge Hatcher holding hearings behind closed doors.
Sure.
That's not right.
I agree. I do agree.
So we do need to do something about it. Dana needs to open those files up that I gave her and start working on them.
A lapse like that, like, so you would not introduce, I'm sorry, reports in March?
Yes, she's had them. We've been to the district attorney's office. We've been to several places.
What I'm trying to tell you is when things like that happen, do call my office because we can ask the legislative
I've
liaison.
called Dana's office, I've called.
Dana Nessel?
Yes, I've called Dana's office.
Right, so what I'm
I've called-
saying is that is part of what we can do. We can talk with the legislative liaison and figure out what the holdup is, what's going on, and try and apply more pressure.
Now the so-called guardian done misappropriated money. Money done came up missing. Now the judge looks stupid now.
Yes, now
Judge
my
looks
father's
stupid
money.
now.
Now I gotta go to the bank and find out where is his money being diverted to. Because the judge acts like a bully. He has no ethics. He has no ground. He's not a humanitarian.
He should be disbarred.
And he's not a person of God.
He should be disbarred.
And that is real.
And that's what we see. We're seeking for him to be disbarred.
Yes, Regina and I found Bessie.
Holy
And
smoke.
they've done a great job with information,
Bessie
their
had no
help,
idea.
and their resources.
And getting out to stop trafficking the seniors.
I would have gotten this far.
They had
without
mentioned this on
Regina and Regina's
950.
help.
They
I
were
really
talking
do
about this some
appreciate that.
time back. That they said Michigan is losing money. So now they're going after all the retirees that have pensions.
That's right. Yeah, they are. That's right.
They're not going after regular seniors. They're going after retirees with pensions. And somebody needs to do this.
Notice how when you guys said pension, he was here. Oh, I want to know what
Oh,
that
yeah,
pension
and
is.
another thing too.
I want to know what that
Look
is.
in each state when you have high pension, there's all this going on.
There's nobody fighting.
No one's fighting about
No one's
it.
fighting. No one's stealing money.
We don't have to fight because we're a family that works together.
Praise the Lord. But you have no one's fighting for money. No one's embezzling funds.
We don't have to do anything like that. We're taking care of our father right now out of our own pockets. So if we were embezzling funds, would you take care of somebody if you're stealing money from them?
No.
You wouldn't take care. You wouldn't do nothing for them.
And your brother said that your dad doesn't want his business in a lot of the paperwork, correct?
That period.
So the point of getting the conservator in the first place was what? Just so you could do some simple banking?
Just to make sure everything was okay with my father. As he's getting older, you know you have people popping up, coming up all of a sudden
With scams.
with scams. And this is the thing now.
And then, you know,
And
now
then this is the
that brought
biggest
all
scam
this
of
up.
all.
Right.
And you
Not
got the
knowing.
scam of the
Come
law
down, and now
now.
we see the biggest scam of all.
Sheep being led to the
They
slaughter.
know that seniors you talk to on the phone, people ask you questions, get information. In this age and time now, you can buy the wrong toilet paper and your life is out here. It might seem minute, but it's the truth.
There's one thing in lying. He's scared and lying.
He's scared and lying. What did you say to the judge in there? Do you need help with your banking?
I've done it 4 times, the same thing, the same bullshit, and I'm sick and tired of it.
You don't need it. That's just the way he is. That's him.
That's his
That's
mouth.
the way
He
he
speaks
talks.
his mind. He speaks his mind so much, but there's nothing wrong with him. His cognition is very good. He knows what the date is. He knows his water bill, light bill, gas bill, his taxes. My father's worked for 40 years. He's very independent. He still uses his hands. He fixes things in his house. He lives by himself. He opens the door, sets his alarm. So what? What? I just didn't put all my father's personal business on the paperwork.
And nobody in your family is fighting you.
No.
No one's calling you an embezzler.
No.
There's no family feuding going on. Because that's what they're trying to say in court, that the family's feuding.
We are not.
We're not.
We are all one. We are united as one. So please have that and say that, put that in
I've
there.
been taking care of my father for
I am
years.
the oldest, and my brothers have done nothing wrong.
I got him.
I've saved my
We
father
are a united
4
family.
times out of 4 strokes. Where were they at? Boom.
Thank you. Have a good day. God bless us today.
Regina Gargas and Christina, thank you for Mega.
And when this comes up,
I should have an answer to
That's not
that.
true. I don't work in the AG's office, so I can't comment on
I
either.
really don't think you know much about this issue to be sitting here talking about it.
Okay, I mean, I understand, I respect your opinion, I understand that you're upset, but I don't work in the AG's office, so I can't comment on the cases that she has.
So when is that legislation bill supposed to be passed? So you're saying as soon as that's passed, everything's gonna be fixed? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying everything's going to be fixed, I'm saying that that's going to be the solution for a lot of these issues. It is in front of the Judiciary Committee. I would really urge you, Graham Filler is the chair of Judiciary. He's also a co-sponsor on a lot of these bills. So I would reach out to him and ask him what his timeline for giving you the hearing is.
We gotta celebrate the years coming up for this victory. This is not only a victory for me and my family, but victory for all of us and our families in this particular population of seniors and people that are disabled. We shouldn't be just led around by the collar by whoever. And I'm glad to be a part of this movement. I was just elated, elated, and glad it was terminated. There was no need for it.
No. I talked to my mother, which I talked to on a daily basis, and she informed me. They didn't contact me at all. And I was very surprised by this whole thing. And I believe they should be punished for what they do. And they should be, reorganizing this whole empire, as they call it. And somebody needs to put their finger on the pulse. And somebody needs to be prosecuted, really, for what they've done. Going into her private banking account, charging her services that's not needed, I think that is not good at all. But we gotta keep up the fight.
Come on.
Because there's other families out there, and they need that support.
Perkins and Miss Melvin Jefferson, they've been taking money since July 1st. And I just had an EMG and everything, so I said, let me run down here now and come meet you, because I really do appreciate the conversation we had last night and everything.
Well, we have another victim here of Wayne County Probate Court, and Regina and I are going to work with this family and try to get their loved one back to them where they belong.
Thank you, because
Families first.
Families first.
Families first.
my
That's the way
father
it's
has advocated many a times that he doesn't need a conservative or guardian.
Right.
We have doctors, doctor statements, everything. And then the lawyer wants to say that I've taken money from my father, $150,000.
I got accused of that myself.
Yeah, I haven't taken anything from my father.
It's the probate scam, they call it?
Yes.
Yes.
And the banks have the accounts. The banks have drawn accounts. Here's my big brother. Here's my big brother.
Nice to meet you. Thanks.
Since 2018, in Oakland, Wayne, Macomb, Genesee, Livingston, and Washtenaw County, many victim witnesses have been going to different listening tours and advocacy forums where we are learning more and more about this elder abuse. Much of our knowledge is by being in the courtroom and watching other people be abused by the court protocol in probate. Many of the citizens are going around talking to the county CEOs, the Supreme Court justices, the governor. They're talking to senators and legislators, as well as our attorney general and their investigative staff. As many of them still continue to protest, they want their families back, they want their estates back, and they would like the representative government to be doing something about it. We are very thankful for all the families that are joining this fight. We appreciate the investigative reporters, the newspaper reporters, and the TV reporters that are helping us get the word out. Let us all remember the loved ones that we have lost in 2018. May they rest in peace.